Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for being here today for this very special day in the South Carolina Stingrays history. I'm Jared Shafran, the voice of the South Carolina Stingrays, and I'm very excited to be here today as we usher in the next chapter for this extraordinary franchise. Before we get started, I want to welcome everyone watching on Facebook Live right now from wherever you are, and I want to say thank you to our great fans who consistently give us excellent support all year long. You guys are the reason this team is where it is as we head into our 26th season. Today we're going to welcome the 8th head coach in this proud franchise's history and our first coach under our new owner, Todd Halloran. Personally, I want to say thank you to everyone in the organization that's made it a great place for me the last couple of years. As I head into my third year with the team, I've enjoyed everything that I've had the privilege to experience, and I want to thank our president, Rob CONCANNON, who you'll hear from shortly, for all of his support over the past couple of years. I also want to thank the Coliseum for the setup here today, and to our media who are able to make it out in their great coverage of us all year long. Before today, the Stingrays have had 7 outstanding coaches through 25 years of hockey. Each one has done excellent things, both while here in the Low Country and after they've moved on. Just this spring and summer, we've had one former coach win the Stanley Cup with our NHL affiliate, the Washington Capitals, and that's Jason Fitzsimmons. We've had one coach who was named a finalist for the Jack Adams Award as the NHL's Coach of the Year, in Jared Bednar. 2 of our former coaches were named as head coaches for the American Hockey League for their first time, and that's Cale McLean with the Stockton Thunder and Spencer Carberry with the Hershey Bears, our affiliate as well. And then, of course, our most recent head coach, Ryan Warsofsky, became an AHL coach with Charlotte last month. So as you can see, an incredible group of coaches and leaders that we've been really lucky to have with us over the past couple seasons. There's a lot of work being done behind the scenes to prepare for year number 26, not the least of which included yesterday's announcement that the Stanley Cup and 3 other major NHL awards will be here at the North Charleston Coliseum on October 20th for our opening night festivities. We've got lots in store for opening night and beyond, and we'll be able to share more with everybody soon. We're 74 days away from the puck drop on October 20th. The organization's had a proud tradition, and we're looking forward to the next chapter and hopefully a 4th Kelly Cup championship. But now I'm pleased to welcome our first guest, our owner, Todd Halloran.
Thank you, Jared. Thank you for being here today. It's an exciting day, and you'll hear more about it shortly. You know, when I first took control of this organization less than 4 months ago, I did not imagine we'd be losing a major element of the organization's success. But these things happen, and ultimately coaches that coach here move on to great things. As you just heard, whether we're talking about Jared Bednar, Cale McLean, Spencer Carberry, and others, and now Ryan with the opportunity to go to Charlotte and coach in the AHL. It's the way our league works. It's something you have to expect. We would have preferred he'd stick around a little longer, but he had a great opportunity. But we made the most of the situation, and fortunately, because of the reputation of the Stingrays organization, because of the widespread fan support, the winning culture, the commitment from ownership over the years, we attracted a number of great candidates from all across North America. And we're going to hear, more about that. But as we get, closer to the season opener, you're going to hear more and more about some of the new initiatives, new developments we have in store. A new coach and director of hockey operations is just one element. We're very excited about expanding and enhancing the fan experience during game days, and it's going to start with our game opener, and as you heard, we'll be hosting the Stanley Cup and 3 other trophies. There'll be other appearances and other activities around that very exciting opener on October 20th. But beyond the opener, as the season progresses, I think you're going to be very pleased with some of the new things we have in store for our fans. We're very excited about how the roster is coming together this time of the year. We're really pleased with how the organization is expanding its awareness developing new and larger relationships with our corporate partners, engaging with the city, engaging with the community in a way that, I think is a testament to the organization and its position within this community. We're going to talk more about that as the season progresses, but I'm very excited. Obviously, I can't wait for the season to start, and there's a lot of things to look forward to. But today, we're here to talk about our new coach, and so I want to move on to that. And so let me first introduce Rob CONCANNON, president of the Stingrays organization.
Thanks, Todd, and thanks, Jared, for the kind words earlier. It's, our staff is pretty important, and we appreciate all the hard work that you do throughout the season. I'd like to welcome, obviously, the media here today, and some of our hockey ops staff, Rick Kovar, our trainer, Cameron Parker, who works closely with the coaches, and then Patrick Gall's here today on behalf of the players that we have signed this summer. So today begins a new chapter in Stingrays hockey, and I couldn't be more excited about the 2018-19 season. Like Todd said, we have a lot of great things planned, and the staff is working incredibly hard. Like any year, there's always that potential for players and coaches to move on. We have become accustomed to it, and that's what it's all about, watching our players, coaches, get that opportunity at a higher level. I am very proud of how our organization does things, and it shows with the amount of former coaches, players, and personnel who are now in the AHL and the NHL. I actually had the pleasure of meeting our new head coach 2 years ago. He called when Spencer was moving to Saginaw. I remember I enjoyed our conversation and his experience at the international level and his success in the AHL. In 2013, he was an assistant coach with the Calder Cup champion Grand Rapids Griffins, who were coached by current Red Wings head coach Jeff Blashill and assistant coach Jim Peake, who coached the South Korea Olympic team last year. Over the last 4 seasons, he has been the head coach of the University of Lethbridge hockey team, a Canadian college hockey league known as U Sports, formerly of the CIS. Other former coaches who were at the University of Lethbridge, who are now in the NHL now, are Bill Peters and Mike Babcock. He has also spent 2 years at the NCAA level and 4 years at the international level, where he's won a few gold medals at the IIHF championships. Todd and I were impressed with his professionalism and his hockey IQ. All of his references had nothing but glowing praises about his work ethic and his ability to communicate and relate to the players. Like we've talked about, his wide array of experiences also stood out to us, and his burning desire to be our next head coach. I could talk for a little bit here, but I think it's pertinent to just get to it and say, ladies and gentlemen, our new head coach and director of hockey ops, and I'm going to make sure I say his last name correctly. It's Spiros Anastas. I'd also like to welcome his wife Lindsay and his sons James and Jordan to the Stingrays family. They couldn't be with us today. They're back in Lethbridge. Spiros?
Firstly, I'd like to thank everyone that showed up today, especially the local media. I've heard great things about the coverage. Thanks to all those that were trying to reach out to me yesterday, and I'm sorry for ignoring your calls, but I appreciate your effort, so thank you. I'd like to start by thanking Todd. Through the entire process, it was extremely professional, kept me extremely comfortable. It's just so evident that his passion for the city, for this organization, it's surrounded around making people better, and I'm excited to be part of that culture, and I'm really excited that we're going at our rookie seasons together this year, so thank you for bringing me in. Just a quick thank you also to Jason Fitzsimmons. he was a part of the process, and he made himself very available to me. But I'm really excited about working with our affiliation with the Washington Capitals, the Hershey Bears. They really set the standard. They expect a streamlined development at all 3 levels, and they're an incredible organization to work with. So I'm really excited to kind of dive in and be in communication with them and all that they have to offer as well. As Rob mentioned, I reached out to him a couple years ago, back when it was pretty evident who the next head coach would be, but we kind of hit it off on the conversation, and right from then I just knew it was such a genuine, honest person, and probably one of the most genuine people I had spoke to in hockey. And it was nice to just keep a dialogue with him over 2 years, whether it was just a quick good luck, how you doing, just an update. He was always willing to communicate with me, and that's something I really appreciate. And through that time, it always was pretty evident that the Stingrays always do things the right way. And that's something that Rob preaches in terms of how they treat their people, how they approach the community, and how they do things on the ice. It's just always about doing the right way. So I'm really excited, and thank you for the opportunity to do things the right way with you guys as well. There's a few groups of people that I'd like to thank, and I want to keep it short and sweet today, but I'd like to thank Ryan Warsofsky. He's been a great resource to me and all the previous coaches before him. I watched his press conference from a couple years ago, and obviously it was quite an emotional one. And I think that's because that this job, to him and to everyone that gets the opportunity to have it, is extremely important, but it's such an honor. They take chances on young people, they take chances on people with drive, and to join that fraternity of coaches, the fraternity of people that always come back and that are always around and that love the Charleston area is something that's really special. So I want to thank him, and I want to thank Steve Bergen as well, who's been an excellent resource for me during this transition process, and all the previous coaches as well for setting the standard for what it means to be a Stingrays coach. A few other special people for me, obviously I want to thank my parents. They're in Greece right now in the homeland on vacation, so they're living the life. But they've been just incredible support my entire life for anything I ever want to do. They come to a lot of games, no matter how far we live, so we're a little bit closer now, which is nice. But they're just such special people that have just been kind of the example for me through everything, through hard work and through just living life. And of course, they gave me the best gift I could ever ask for, and my younger brother Raphael, who also will be a big Stingrays fan and a great support to me. A couple other people I just want to thank quickly. I just want to make a special mention to my alma mater, Lebanon Valley College. They got me into coaching, and without that, I'd never be here today. I'd like to thank Andy Murray, Jeff Blashill, and Jim Pack. Those are 3 men that I served as an assistant to in a large capacity. Andy taught me what it meant to be a coach. Jeff taught me what it meant to be prepared as a coach, and Jim really taught me what it meant to care as a coach. So those 3 have been really influential on my life and my career. I want to thank Joel Rovolos and Dave Martin, not names that really anyone would know, but they're the 2 men that probably have made me fall in love with hockey more than anyone else. Dave coached me when I was really young, and Joel was somebody who trained me a little bit later, and they just taught me to love the game, and I'm forever grateful for them. Of course, I want to thank my family, my wife Lindsay, my boys James and Jordan, and I can never forget my dog Gigi as well. The sacrifice, the support, everything they do for me to pursue my goals and our dreams together are immeasurable. My wife is a true all-star, and she sends her sincere apologies that she's not here today, but she'll be all in, and she'll be all in as part of this family here, and I thank her for everything that she does for us. The last group I'd really like to mention is the University of Lethbridge. They gave me my first opportunity to be a head coach. Ken McGinnis, the athletic director there, has been crucial during this process and his communication with Rob. But more importantly, I want to thank my players over the last 4 years. This past season was quite challenging for us, starting with losing a fellow coach and a friend, and then in April getting hit pretty hard with an incoming student athlete being part of the Humboldt bus crash, and then the next day our former captain passing away after his long battle with cancer. The reason I mention that is because if it wasn't for the family environment that we created, the trust that we created, and having each other's backs, which was deeply ingrained in the University of Lethbridge culture, we wouldn't have got through that as easily as we did. And that's one thing I can assure you as a coach, that I want to create that family culture, that give that love that it takes to have that buy-in and make sure that everyone's happy at the rink every day. We will be a team that loves to play, a team that loves Charleston, a team that loves to put on a show for you, but most importantly, a team that loves each other. And we'll do everything we can to make the Charleston community proud. So thank you for welcoming me with open arms, and I look forward to this next step in this journey for me. So thank you.